That is add Nightcrawler, and my life is yours. Alright, let's get personal for a second. Kurt is undoubtedly my favorite Marvel character ever. I've been dying for him in the game, like literally look at my name and title, bro. I've been like massively disappointed at no response by NetEase, cause like, you know, his name's in the game because he was at Gambit and Rogue's wedding, right? But, you know, he's been leaked since Season 0, and he's won like a poll or two, I think, in terms of like what characters we want from the game. He's literally a fan favourite from the X-Men. Like, he's a sweetheart in the fan base. He's a daring acrobat with, in my opinion, the coolest characters to come up with a kit for, which is why I'm like actually really excited to do this. But he can only do one of the two roles. Alright, so I'm gonna skip the general character explanation here, because I generally don't think it's worth doing the exact same thing as every other person that's done this video. If you don't know who Nightcrawler is, then I don't know what made you interested in me. All love for coming to see me for my first video though. But to summarize it, genuinely he's just like this cool guy that's very supportive in combat and very strategic. But even though I'd main him either way, I'd like low-key strongly prefer for him to be a dive DPS. Even though I can't argue that it would fit his character more to be a strategist, I'm a dive main. But the bias is practically non-existent, it's just kind of the type of character he's meant to be. Sadly, if he is added to the game in this way, it will be a while from now, because, you know, there was a certain thief that may or may not have stolen his perfect spot in the season. Uncanny Spider-Man lovers, where you at? I'm going to keep his abilities as balanced as I can without making him the definition of God's judgment, but bear with, because I'm not a theory crafter of kits. So, since Cyclops is in the game a month from now, his powers are in accord with the punch dimension. So it's more fair for me to say that, like, actually God knows what Nightcrawler we're getting. He could literally get the Hope Sword, we could have his little baby bumps, he could literally just be base Nightcrawler. But obviously I'm gonna go with base Nightcrawler, because I've read the comics, but I'm not willing to mess anything up about the unique ones where it isn't just plain old him. But yeah, okay, here we go. Kurt for me is going to get 6 abilities, including his primary and ultimate. So obviously I'm going to start with his primary. I'm not going to name him, by the way, because I can't be arsed. His primary attack, it's going to be his twin rapiers, just slashing and fencing form. I think with what I'm going to make his abilities, you'll see why I'm just going to let him have a thrusting attack at the end. Obviously with some knockback. His second is going to be his L2 or right click. It's going to be a forward dash with a knockback slash. I think it's in his best interest he gets some displacement and juggling ability to solidify some real value in his combat. Depending on his viability in combat, he's either getting 1 or 2, by the way. His L1 or E, I don't know keyboards. Is his teleport. Now this is where it gets tricky. I've made this as simple as possible as I can, while still being as unique as possible. Your crosshair has a yellow outline around it, signifying when the thing you want to teleport to is in range. Say the ground, or high ground, whatever. If it's not, obviously I'm not going to handicap the guy, he'll just teleport as far as he can to the direction. If you tap to teleport, you instantly teleport. But if you hold to teleport for more than 1 second, you place a teleport marker where you let go that you can use to immediately get to where you marked no matter where you are. This has 3 uses. Say you dive down into a fight where you immediately place a marker behind the enemy, get some hits in behind them, and then they turn around but you just hit the button again and you're behind them again. That's sort of what I want him to be, you know? His R1 or F, I still don't know keyboards, is a supportive ability actually. I still wanted to filter in a supportive ability to keep his character intact. This one's simple, but it's going to cause a lot of opinions if anybody actually watches this. It's a save. You tap R1 at a teammate, pick them up, then tap R1 again to teleport to where you looked. But if you use a teleport marker, yeah. Primarily used for overextending teammates, retreating, low health tanks that are getting rolled and you need a second to get healed up. Your entire purpose with this ability is basically just to stop your teammates from getting hit and get them to safety. However, I could actually see a world where you use this ability to chuck a witch or something right in the middle of a fight to pop their ult. That'd be funny as hell. Finally, square or... I don't know at this point. Just choose a bind, bro. It's a backstab. Percentage based backstab. When you're behind them, you just launch a sword at their back. That's about it. I just thought it would be good, like a good addition for a combo. Like, teleport in, primary tax, teleport behind, backstab, not backslash primary, you know? I think it'd be cool. Now though, I'm gonna rip off silence. Just change it with teleportation. I'm not ripping off Black Cat, because she just released, but I'll rip off Cypher. She gets like all the legendaries anyways, like we can copy her ult, bro. I'm not gonna comment much further on that, and just move on to its passives, the final part of the kit. Wall crawling. Yeah, you can do that. For a game that's so heavily designed with their maps, I think it would be cool if he could also hide in the shadows, because he's known for that as well. Just like any map that has shadows, you can just like crouch there and just like blend in with them. But yeah, that's actually it, actually. I didn't really think about it anymore. But yeah, let me know. Decent kit.